and gentlemen, episode 434 of Building with BdoubleO. Welcome here. I'm a scientist. I did magic science. This is easy. I built one of these years and years and years ago. It's a cakewalk. Let's wait and see. Come on, Screw. You know you want to. It's super effective. Die! And all the drops land down here. Fantastic. Actually, let's leave a lot of those. Shall we? Yeah, let's do that. And give me all of these bones. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. That's a super necessary evil? It ain't evil. There's nothing evil. Hello, am I flying? I flew. I fly far away from the dock. I need that. I need that badly because, oh man, I've been trying to collect all this iron. This whole stairway down here is just chock full of iron, and I was trying to get it all. Now I have. Bloop. There we go. So, is it daytime? It is, but that doesn't mean that we're going to be safe. And yeah, not scared to use my bow now. This is the infinity bow, but since we've got so many arrows available to us now, not so worried about it anymore. So over this way, we've got, this is when I was working on the Swamp Kingdom. It's just over there. The Kingdom of Eden. I found that little skeleton spawner and it's beautiful. Beautiful. And I never really, I just kind of went in there and just would kill them whenever I needed it. But I thought, hey, I'm at a point now to where I really need a lot. And I mean a lot of the bone meal. So let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Where did I put my workbench? I know I put it somewhere. I'll find it eventually, I'm sure. But yeah, so last episode we ended off, we were a little bit frustrated. I think the building that we had was good. It was a decent setup, but there was some frustration because it wasn't exactly what I was going for. And now I have kind of a game plan. And as you'll see, that sheep looks very red, doesn't it? Because I'm making the adaptation. It's going to happen at some point where I'm going to use the new colors that are coming in the wool. There's wood in here. Fantastic. Thank you very much, sir. Let's see. So I've got the new wool. But let's grab this. Let's grab this. Let's grab this. And that's good. I've got the new wool included in the pack, but I've made some other texture changes. And some of them you're going to like, some of them you're not going to like. And there's one that I've done that I actually plan on removing. Probably. But let's see. Does this make 7? And then we can uncraft these? Yes, we can. Okay, so let's see how many of those we get. Boom. That's good. And boom. So 1 stack of bones gives us about 21. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 stacks of bones. So that's great. That's great. So what did we do? Bdubs went to town on the textures. Something that I forgot last time. Boy, I do quite like these new vibrant colors. I mean, you just got to get on board, you know? And I think they're good. I'm cool with it. I'm gonna be cool with it. I've adjusted some of the glass textures. I just spent a good amount of time working on textures last night and got a little carried away, but had some fun while I was at it. I kind of added a little less opacity to the red, but something that I've always had trouble with, and this is what I wanted to talk about last episode, but totally forgot, probably because I ended it by choking to death. there's always this problem for me because I want this resource pack to be able to work for people of all styles, in all different styles. And this doesn't work in like a modern style in most cases. So ideally, with these grids is what I'm saying. Ideally, I would do this for every piece of glass. That's why we have a little bit of a mismatch here. It looks okay for right now, but ideally I would have them all like that. The thing is, Mojang is implementing the ability to create custom crafting recipes. That's huge. That's so big. I don't know exactly how it'll be implemented. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm fairly confident that it's going to be something that I'm going to be familiar with, kind of messing with JSON files. And if I can kind of stay close to what, you know, the blocks and textures are in the game and just make some adjustments, I think I'm going to have the ability to create some really cool, unique recipes. And the reason why I bring that up regarding the glass is because I could do something like, let's get, there it is, some more gravel. 2, that's fine. I could do something like this for the glass. Let's pretend that the stone, or that the sand is glass, okay? So we could do something like this, where we go like that, and then that, and that makes that glass texture. Or we could make it even bigger, and we just, you know, work it out to where it seemed like it was a not much of a loss, you know, basically losing just sticks. I think that could be really cool. So we'll have regular glass panes, and then we'll have those special kind of glass panes. Could even do the same for the glowstone that I've done. And of course, I'm going to do a lot, probably almost every block in a cobble wall. I think that'd be, the cobble wall size is such a valuable size for us. But we're slowly creeping our way up. Look at the vibrance. My gosh. I think I like it. We're creeping our way up to something that you're not going to like. But you may like it in a second, okay? So you'll see here, this used to be all jungle wood. And if we go back to regular default resource pack, you'll see that jungle wood blends very nicely with coarse dirt. It's a nice blend. And that's why I did that here. It even blends fairly well with oak wood. But I thought to myself yesterday, I just totally disregarded and forgot about this area that we're in right now. But I thought to myself, jungle wood, green. It should be tinted green. I don't know why those look white. I think I have to do like a little texture on the inside or something to fix that. Green wood. That's what the jungle wood should be. It should be green. So I think I nailed it. Like as far as texture and color, I think I freaking nailed it. But shut up, Parrot. But I don't think it's gonna be good for us. I mean, look at this texture. Look at this color. It's really wonderful. I just took the oak plank and I just added some green hue to it and just adjusted the saturation and lightness and stuff to fit. And that's what the roof looks like. I mean, so obviously I spent quite some time. I was determined last night to get something that I thought would look good. Boy, we barely made that. And I mean, I think that does look cool, especially mixed with the white. I'm noticing I've made some mistakes here and there, but it's okay. So it's a cool look especially for this building. So I built this and I was like, oh man, this has got to stay. This jungle color's got to stay. Obviously I put some diorite in it as well. But I think this might be something better served for crafting recipes in the future, where we can dye wood, maybe just take an oak plank and you can dye it, and this would be green, you know. Could be cool. I mean, basically, it's really interesting. It's almost like we're having the ability to mod within the game, you know. I'm really, really happy and excited about it, that's for sure. But the reason why I've got all of this bone meal here, and why I'm going to be getting quite a large amount of like cactus and lapis, that might be light blue. I forget what I put there. It might be light blue. But let me take you over to my creative test world, because I worked on a different structure and I worked on some other textures. You'll see a little glimpse of them here. But let's go check that out right now. Nah, disregard this sign. This is somebody tweeted at me. They asked if I could make a little street sign, if I had any ideas for a street sign. So I tried working something out for them. But look at this now. Look at this. Huh? Told you I was going to do my homework. I was going to start doing some research. And this is a poor attempt at a ripoff of a building on the Artacraft server, ARDA Craft. And they are, I've talked about Westeros Craft in the past, and they're doing like the Game of Thrones server. Or they're doing Game of Thrones kingdoms and stuff on their world. It's very, very cool and immersive. Artacraft is doing Lord of the Rings. And they're also using the Conquest resource pack, or the Conquest mod now, which has so many blocks that could be useful for builders. But I was looking through some of their images, and I saw a building very, very similar to this. I mean, it was obviously much more massive, but this was an entranceway to it. I don't know if these were the colors. I don't know if it was like white. I think it was more stone or maybe more wood, but I'm trying to implement this white in here. So I'm very happy with this. And what you have up here, this is cyan concrete. Now, I've gone through and I have edited some concrete textures. I've edited the light gray, and I haven't even looked at these in game actually. And blue. Yes, I think that's it. So let's lay these out, shall we? Boom and boom. And they look pretty good. I think I did okay. I don't want it to be like a brick. I don't want it to be like an obvious brick. But I do want there to be a hint of it. I want there to be some texture, because without the texture, let's look at it. We switch back and forth a lot here, but I think it's very worthwhile. And this is, listen, this is just to help. You might wonder, why do I go back and forth so much? It's really just to help my imagination. Because look at this. This is good. Like if somebody were to build this on a regular vanilla flat out server, I'd say that this is extremely impressive. But for me, without the resource pack, I have a hard time thinking, oh yeah. I instantly write off acacia wood. I'm like, nope, there's orange in it. So don't use it. Definitely never use diorite. Don't use the concrete blocks, because it just looks like a blob. Doesn't look good. But when it's all put together, when somebody's imagination comes in and they're like, no, it does look good. Then all of a sudden, you can kind of create something that looks decent. And I think this does, even in just regular standard vanilla. So that's kind of why we use the resource adjustments that we do. And it just enhances it just slightly. Still sticking close to the vanilla, but just slightly enhancing it, making it look a little better. All of these are, I mean, this is the brick texture, just roughened up a little bit. And this is the brick texture roughened up. And this is, stone brick texture. It's all in here. It's all vanilla, but just slightly edited. So, yeah, I think I like this. I think I like this a lot. The thing is, here's the thing. We're using a lot of things here. We're using bone block. We're using white concrete powder. We're using quartz pillars from time to time. We're going to use those very sparingly unless we really grind out some quartz, which is not really ideal. Not something I'm really looking forward to. But even though the bone block is a little more on the yellowish scale, I think it's still good. I think this is a good mixture, and the reason why I'm using a lot of the sand is because I think it... You think you're gonna rain on me? You think you're gonna rain on me? The reason why we're using the sand is I think it's a nice color. I think it works very well, especially with the diorite that we have. But then this just little shade of yellow is not bad. It doesn't hurt my eyes at all. Here you can kind of see the adjustments I've made in the glass. I think this is white. Yeah, that's white. Didn't look very white before. What else? What else? I think that's about it for right now. Oh, this right here. Thank God I flew away. Now this is probably going to be impossible, unfortunately, although I could implement a recipe for shulker shells, which I've seen some people suggest on the Reddit, but these make beautiful caps for columns. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, let's just pop these in here. Let's go for it. Right? Boom, boom, boom. Hello, boom. It's gorgeous. Beautiful little end caps for those pillars. I mean, we could even do those all over the place. I think it looks really, really good, and it's something I haven't seen much of myself. Why are we not using white concrete? I'll show you and I'll tell you. White concrete, not a good friend with all of this. In the snow, great friend. Here, not so much. Let's just put it in here as this pillar right here. And you'll see how it's very blue, and all of these concrete blocks have a little bit of a blue tint to them. I don't know if it's just my monitor, but if you get your monitor bright enough, it's all got a little bit of blue in it. And this is even the ones that I haven't edited. Let's take a look at maybe another one. Yeah, I don't know if we have much to compare to, really. But either way, there's just a slight shade towards the blue, I believe. So I guess it doesn't look terrible. And it's not that hard to come up with this. Let's just swap this out and see what this looks like. Where this is going to get difficult, okay? I think we've got our game plan. I think we've got a good color palette. I think we've got a good design idea down. More rounded, more circular type buildings, which I've gotten so many tweets from you guys. Extremely, extremely helpful. I woke up this morning to just a flood of tweets with inspiration and ideas and pictures, and man, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so helpful, more than you know. It's really not that bad. It's not that bad. It tends towards the gray too. I mean, the bluish gray kind of. It's not terrible. Yeah, and that's just, I mean, we're going to be making concrete powder anyway. You just smelt it and then you got that, which I think we're going to actually give it a little bit of a brick texture, right? Which might make it look too close to that. Yeah, I don't know. Bdubs got to think about it. But anyway, that's where we're sitting. I think we're in a very, very good place. Now we got to implement it into the real world. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think we left off where I was in the creative world. Possibly. This is the next day. Hi, I'm in a new day. And I've done some Foolcraft recording. I've done some other recordings. But I got some stuff that I want to try to do before we wrap things up. What do we have here? Oh, yes, it's okay. It's okay. We'll get some of these bad boys cooked up real quick. So somebody said, regarding the parrots, that I unloaded the chunk. I left, unloaded the chunk they were in, and then when I came back, these were broken and they teleported to me. Now that's probably true, most likely, but I've traveled, because that did happen to me once. It happened again, where I was in an area where the chunk was unloaded and then I came back and the leads were broken. Man, they got to fix that bug, but I don't think it's consistent, because I've traveled to where these chunks are definitely unloaded and they haven't broken. So I don't know. I don't know if that's 100% the case. Actually, that's just enough probably for what we want to do here. So that building, that structure that we made, we're going to try to do it here. We're going to try to do it in the world here, but I think it's going to work. I'm doing it over here on this side, kind of. I think that we can make this building work too. I just need to round off some edges and stuff. It doesn't have to all the way come down. I think it can look good. We just have to kind of treat it a little differently. I think it'll be great. Something I was thinking though, and I'm going to kind of do some stuff on camera here while we're working. That's not what I want. What do I want? I want... Oh, that all went right back into my inventory. Check this out. That's part of the new thing. That's right. So if I just leave it, it just comes right back. Ooh, daddy likey. That's nice. That's very nice. Okay, now get this in here. What? What? Okay. I thought you smelt it again. You don't smelt it again? Do you go like this? And then this? And then smelt it again? Oh, it's got to be a color. Okay. Understood. Regarding this building, you know, I told you I took a lot of inspiration. I don't know if I mentioned this or not. This is why I'm saying it again, if I already did say it once. That there is a fine line, I think, between inspiration and ripping something off and just using it for your own. And I think from time to time, I do walk that line. Oh, it did throw. Okay, so it gave me one thing. It didn't give me everything. A lot of my stuff that I do where like I'll Google search something. I'll do a Google search and you know what? Can I actually, this isn't showing up here for some reason. I think I need to fix the resource pack, but can we actually make this from here? I'm not seeing it in here, unfortunately. Decorative. Dun, dun, dun. I do have bone meal. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. So the concrete's cyan concrete. Oh, okay. I want to make white concrete. Hello? How do I go to white? I can't see. Click and hold for more. Oh, okay. Oh, very fine. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. That's sick. I like that. But yeah, a lot of what I do, and this is why I really want to focus on improving my game a little more, is a lot of what I do is like I'll Google search something and I'll do some research or I'll get inspired from somebody else's stuff. And I think there's that fine line between being inspired and just doing something that somebody else has already done. And although there is a level of satisfaction and learning that can be made from that, like I've actually learned quite a bit from kind of copying that building. And I'm just gonna flat out say copying, because it's not exact. It's a poor version. When I say that, oh, I'm doing it's inspired by. Usually, if something's inspired by something, it means that it's better. This is a worse version of that building on Artcraft that I talked about. So, yeah, I think what really captivates me and what I think is so important in the game of Minecraft is being able to create on your own. That's interesting. And We may leave that. It could be cool. Could be cool. Coming up with your own ideas. And I do that. I do that often. But it gets to the point to where you've built so many things that you kind of start building the same things over and over. And you got to get some inspiration to really improve and start building new things. I guess that's doing a thing, huh? Because that's cool. Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see if that ends up being something we like. So that's why I've talked in the past, like last episode, saying that I'd really like to kind of up my skills a little bit. Because you want to be able to look at the game. And a lot of this is based on having the time. You need to just have the time to be able to invest. Because, like, I can make this in a fairly decent amount of time because it's simple patterns that I can kind of repeat over and over and over. Whereas something like this, there are no patterns. At least not many. And this is different from this, and this is different from this, and this is different than this, and it's all kind of different. That's where creativity can kind of take over, but at the same time, it's more of a time investment. So yeah, I think that's kind of why I feel like I need to improve a little bit in my my building skills to kind of open my mind up to projects that I can take the time to really, really make look very nice. Especially in this area where we're wanting it to look different than what stuff we usually do. So anyway, I don't think there's anything else super interesting we've got to look at here. I'm just adding these blocks, and I might add them some more. But those are the colors, you know. This has kind of inspired me to think, hey, we should probably include yellow. If we're going to do white and blue, yellow works really well, and it's fitting nicely out here in this jungle, isn't it? I think it looks nice. So anyway, my voice is really struggling today. Today I'm having some big troubles with the speaking, so I'm going to take a little time off camera. Going to just kind of wrap this guy up so we can have it in place, see what it looks like, and yeah, I'll come back with you. We'll see how it all feels. So I think we have confirmation, everybody, that the chunk thing is certainly the problem. I don't know why it didn't happen that other time, but I was just messing around with my render distance. And as I did that, I lowered it like really low, and these guys appeared, which made their chunk unload, and they came popping on over. We'll try to test that out maybe. But I have to apologize too. I've noticed something. In this series, as we've been working in the jungle here, the video quality has lowered. I think the content's good. I'm putting out good content. I'm happy with that. But the actual, like, how it's rendering out and clarity and stuff is worse because of the vines and the leaves. There's so many different contrasty textures for the game to recognize. I'm going to try to up my bit rate. Sometimes that screws with my microphone and stuff, but I'll try to improve it in future episodes. But if you see, like, when I move, if some of the textures end up kind of blending together and stuff, I apologize for that. Lacking a little bit of clarity, unfortunately, for that reason. But that's okay. We'll work it out one way or the other way. Okay? We're going to work it out. But kind of got things in a good spot here. So this building, oh, that doesn't stand out very much. We definitely need to do stone, I'm imagining. This building, it's good. It's good. I think it works very well in this area. I was also thinking we've got these end rods that I believe are craftable. Kind of cool little things you can add from time to time to add some more interest. Little unique building pieces. I like them. I like them. Very good. But What else was I going to tell you? So many things, guys. As I've been recording these episodes lately, there have been so many things that have popped in my head that I'm like, oh, I got to tell them about this, and I got to tell them about that. And then end of the episode, I forget to tell you. So I apologize, but I usually follow it up in the next episode. Like today, I wanted to talk about like recipes that I'd like to add to the game, which I'm actually kind of second guessing myself. I don't know 100% if that's going to be a thing, if I'm misinterpreting that, but I think that's the plan. Like they're going to allow you to add custom recipes with JSON files and resource packs. But please let me know if I'm wrong on that. I think I've asked you before, but I don't know if I've got an answer. Is that the game plan that Mojang's doing for this upcoming thing? I don't know. But yeah, we got her in place. It looks good. The game plan here, though, I mean, this is feel like, oh, it's the same thing. There'll be domes on top of this. And Generic actually sent me a building that's in Bulgaria, like in one of the main town square areas. That's really cool looking and would really fit what we're going for out here. But I would round this out. We're going to do a lot more round structures. So the big thing that people were saying is do more round buildings and do more smaller base spires. Hello. Like more towers that don't take up as much ground space. And I think that all that is very correct and true. Do more round buildings, more taller buildings. But I do want to have some bigger buildings like these. I mean, they're already here, for goodness sakes. We might as well use them to our advantage. But then as far as getting our height, use towers to do that. And I think that's good. But funny enough, you know, in the creative world, I didn't realize this building is nearly the same height as this one. It's really close in size. Let's go up here and take a look and see how far off it is. Yeah, it's almost the exact same size as our other one. For some reason this seems smaller, but it definitely isn't. It's certainly more expensive. I guess it's not as wide as this one is, but it looks 10 times better. And I think we've got a good theme. So we're going white. It's the white out, everybody. Tons of bone meal, which we've got loads of. Goodness gravy gracious, we've got loads of bone meal. Let's craft this all up, shall we? I probably don't even have the inventory space for it, to be honest. Oh, yeah. Let's do a custom recipe. Yeah. Oh, it's only going to make one. That's right. Well, let's just do it like this. They're working on that still. Let's just do it like this. I'm just really curious how many we're going to get here. I'm going to say loads. I'm doing this the absolute most backwards way you could ever dream of doing this. Well, we're going to have well over a stack. That's for certain. Hello? Oh. No, we're not going to have over a stack from that. But we got a lot. We got a lot. That's good. So that AFK farm is going to be great. I need to make a cactus farm. I do have quite a lot of lapis, so I'm pretty good on that front. And then there's a bunch there still too. So we're going to be good as far as this is concerned. I need to save some for the concrete as well. But let me know. What do you guys think of all this? Also, let me know. I mean, if it's an overwhelming yes for this wood, jungle wood being green, then let's do it. But if the craftable recipe thing is that's actually a thing that's going to happen, like custom recipes, then maybe we just wait for dyed. I don't know. I could be sounding like an idiot saying that, possibly, if that's not going to become true in the future. But anyway, I think we got a good plan. Thank you guys all so much for all the help with getting things worked out. As far as a game plan, it definitely helped inspire me, no question. But I vow to you that I'm going to continue to improve. I'm going to try to better myself as a builder in this game, provide you with the best stuff possible, okay? Love you all to death. I'm out for today. We'll see you in the next episode.